Unmasking the debate. 3 years ago this month, masks started becoming a common sight around New York as people began covering their faces to protect themselves and others from the deadly contagion known as COVID 19. Within weeks, the city and state governments mandated that masks be worn everywhere on public transit, in public venues, inside private businesses to help slow the spread in the period before an effective vaccine and proven treatments became widely available. And we remember with great clarity the scores of protests who publicly decried mask mandates as some sort of hideous incursion on their personal freedom. They were rightly rebuked by the majority of New Yorkers who knew better and were willing to take the extra steps of wearing masks to help protect strangers. Fast forward to today, with New York still recovering from the pandemic. Society fully reopened long ago, and the mask mandates are long gone because of the widespread vaccination effort and the availability of effective medical treatment. COVID 19 is no longer the deadly threat it was it once was, at least for the overwhelming majority of people. The debate over masks, however, continues and has come full circle. While the freedom argument was put to bed with the end of mask mandates, the question now is whether store owners should require all customers to remove them before entering to help prevent robberies and other crimes. Mayor Eric Adams and NYPD Chief of Department Jeffrey Madry have stated in recent days that it's time for business owners to drop their personal mask mandates for that very reason. They point to the recent deadly shootings of an Upper East Side bodega worker as one example. In that incident, the would-be robber who shot and killed the victim wore a mask, and it didn't seem as if he were symptomatic for any disease. The truth, of course, is robbers have been wearing and not wearing masks since time immemorial. It's hard to imagine any criminal seeking to rob a grocery store or a bank will be dissuaded by any signs of declaring that masked individuals are not welcome. Moreover, there are a number of people in society today, namely the immunocompromised, who remain in at high risk of suffering a severe COVID 19 infection, for whom a vaccine or effective treatment may not be enough to defeat an encounter with the illness. Should they should they be told to remove their mask and potentially expose themselves in the vain effort to stop a robber who may show up masked anyway? The era of mask mandates is over. At this point, the Shakespearean question of to mask or not to mask should be left to the individual and no one else. That's all I have to say here.